Hello everyone, this is iNcontroL doing another movie review. This time it's for the movie Interstellar. This is only the second time I've done this, but I'm looking to improve upon it. So again, in the comments, if you want anything different or have any opinions, do feel free to share that down there. The first part of the video is going to be spoiler-free. We're going to talk about a rating system for the movie and what I would place it at, and then we're just going to talk about the movie kind of in general terms, talking about what you can expect going into it, what you might enjoy, what you might not. And then we're going to give a pause, and then we're going to go into a spoiler discussion. So, of course, avoid the last part of this video if you haven't seen the movie yet. So let's kick things off. Interstellar is a Christopher Nolan movie. You can expect excellence whenever he puts out a film, and this does not fall short of that. It's a 3-hour damn near epic of a movie, very long. At no point in time during the movie did I ever feel like bored. Certainly there were parts of the movie that I think you could be critical of and saying, why was this here? This was a little bit drawn out, but for the most part, for me, there was a lot of scenes in this movie where I feel like they could have even spent more time on it. I know that there's going to be people that just off that alone, it doesn't matter if it's 4 hours of the most gorgeous movie ever made, that's too long for them. 3 hours, very long, but I would tell you that it was not time not well spent. If I had to give a number to this movie, and you know, that in and of itself is a little bit arbitrary, but I would put it at a solid, I want to call it like a 7.5, and that's quite a bit lower than I expected to. I have extremely high standards for Christopher Nolan and his movies. I think the Dark Knight trilogy is some of the best movies ever put out. But here's what I would attach to that as, and this is the real meat and potatoes for you as a person looking at this review if you haven't seen the movie yet. It's not going to knock you off your butt in terms of cinematography. It's not going to blow your brain with an Inception-esque mind bender of like a revelation, you know, a usual suspect's conclusion. Nothing like that. And you don't necessarily need those things for a higher rating than a 7 or 7.5. But I think what held it back for me was that it gets it almost overcomplicates itself, which is something that I was kind of worried that a Christopher Nolan movie would end up doing because of all the success that he's had, and especially with Inception getting kind of out there, you know, like pseudoscience, a little bit more of the like, this is well researched and these theories and philosophies are pretty well applied, but still in the sci-fi area and genre. This movie does that as well, but it almost trips over itself in doing that. It's a little bit more on the ranty side, and I'll get into that in the spoiler part of this video. For you guys at home, as far as looking ahead at this movie, it's a great film. Like I said, very well acted. There is great cinematography. It is a gorgeous movie. I definitely recommend seeing it in IMAX if you have the opportunity to, but it's not like an Avatar-esque movie where it's like, you have to see this in IMAX 3D. Like, no, not necessarily. They weren't really going for that. I do recommend that you don't read too much into this. Like, don't go, you know, don't well research this movie. There's no huge violence or gratuitous anything in this movie, so you're not worried about it being inappropriate for your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, whatever. If you're going with people that get bored easily or are not interested in like really intricate plots and just kind of like the more long haul of a movie, then perhaps miss this one and instead go see John Wick or, you know, one of the action films that are out right now that's fantastic as well. The other recommendation I would make is for me, like I said earlier, a Christopher Nolan movie, I have very high expectations. I saw this on a Tuesday. I saw you had to buy special tickets to see this early. For you, if you got other things going on Friday night, Saturday night, don't worry about it. This is not a burn down your house to get out the door and go see it on the opening weekend movie. This is not a movie that is going to change the way we look at film or anything like that. It was a really good movie, very interesting concepts, but it's been kind of done before. See the movie, come back to this, and tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree. I love a good spirited debate. Again, this first part of the video, I try to address it in a spoiler-free area. So we'll get into the more fun stuff in a minute. If this is the last I see of you, make sure and click the follow button, the like button. Check me out on Twitter, of course, at iNcontroL. And check out some of my other videos. I got all kinds of different stuff and more coming too. So thanks for tuning in. Stick around if you have seen the movie. Okay? I'm going to take a minute here.